What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to Work Knife Balance. I'm pretty excited to be diving into a brand new front flipper with y'all. Front flippers are my jam, as you know, so I'm really excited. Let's go ahead and head to the top down. All right, before we get too far into this, I want to go ahead and say thank you to anybody who's already liked and subscribed. If you haven't, feel free to hit that subscribe button down below. You can also follow us at WorkKnifeBalance939. That's the best way to communicate with us. But if you want to support the channel, just hit the subscribe button and like all the videos that come out. So we're going to be diving into a Kubey knife. This is a brand new Kubey knife. This is the Kubey Verigero, or Veriejo, however you want to say it. I think it is pronounced however you want to pronounce it. You can say what you want to say. But I went ahead and took it out of the box already. I just wanted to show you the box because Kubey has some really nice boxes. I like that they come in this little like slip and then it opens up. So yeah, and I like you don't see a lot of white boxes. So Kubey does white boxes and I like that. So yeah. This is the Veriejo or Verigero coming out right here. It's a titanium frame lock knife with 14C28 and blade steel. We're going to do some measurements, we'll do some side-by-side comparisons, and then I will give you my opinions on this knife right here. So let's go ahead and start it off with those measurements. From tip to tail, we're looking at about 7 3/4 inch. The blade length, we're looking at about 3.45, and then you've got a cutting edge of about 3.25 on that knife right there. For some side-by-side comparisons, we'll go ahead and pull out the Hogue Deca up top. Go ahead and do the Civivi Elementum down below. Let's get a Kaiser Veritas. Put this one up top. We'll go ahead and do the CJRB Warney Pyrite down below. Get the CDC Chicago up top. We'll do the New Breed EDC down below. And I believe this New Breed EDC Clydesdale is a Kubey design, or not Kubey design, a Kubey OEM'd that for New Breed EDC. And last but not least, we'll go ahead and pull the NAFS Lander 2 and put that up top as well. So you got a lot of good knives to kind of compare to. Hopefully you've got one of those and y'all are able to kind of get a good comparison of side by side of what the knife is going to feel like and how it's going to look right there in hand and all that good stuff as well. So this is a titanium frame lock knife. There's a lot of titanium in this knife, so the actual, let's see if we can get that camera to stop wigging out. So you've got the titanium frame lock, you've got a titanium clip, you've got titanium hardware on this as well. The pivot hardware is titanium, and 14C28 and steel. All coming in, this variation right here is showing up for $148. A beautiful belt satin, really nice kind of drop point blade coming through here. It's a just kind of generic drop point, but as you come to the top here, you've got some really nice hard angles and a really good kind of thumb ramp coming into here. It's got a little bit of a small jimping on the top, on the back side right there that you can see. The jimping I think is more for the front flip, as you can kind of see it right there, but it's really great for that thumb ramp, as you can hold in there. You can actually choke up on this flat spot right here and get your thumb right in there as well, and it feels great. You can also, because you have the hard angles on the spine backside, you can put your thumb on that flat spot right there in the choked up position, and it feels fantastic. So the ergos on this thing are very, very nice. You've got the designer's logo on this side right here, and I believe it's just a sheep with like a line through it. I don't know what the logo is. It's George, and I'm not going to say the last name because I forget it or I don't know how to say it. I'm going to butcher it. And then you got the Kubey mark right there. And then very, very small, you can see 14C28N right there. So, first kind of gripe, not like major gripe or anything, but we have a really nice titanium frame lock knife for $150, and then we threw 14C28N on it. I like 14C28N and I like titanium, but you can get titanium frame lock knives with 14C28N for around $100. So for an extra $50, I would love to see something like an S35, I would love to see something a little bit more, or bring the price closer to $125, which is what they did actually for the black wash variation. So there's 4 variations of this knife. There's 2 different blade styles. There's a satin with the belt satin finish on this blade like you see right here, and then there's a black wash blade. Both black wash blades are $125. Both belt satin finishes are $148. I don't know why. I don't make enough knives or have done enough researching to know if the black washing is that much cheaper and the belt satin is that much more expensive. But I mean, I'm assuming that's probably got something to do with it. It's more expensive to do this. Maybe it's more work. It's more hands on the knife or something. I don't know. I would think the black wash would be more expensive because it's a different process that you've got to add to the knife. The steel is naturally going to come more of this silver color, and then you'll grind it down, polish it down, and then put the little belt satin on it. And I don't know. I don't know knife making well enough to kind of comment on the price difference there, but if you want to save a couple bucks and you're okay with the black wash blade, you can get a black wash blade for $125, and you could spend $150 and get the belt satin if you wanted to. Other than that, it's a fantastic knife. You do have a nice lanyard hole right here. It is not ambidextrous, so if that's something that it's a front flipper, which is a really nice front flipper. As you can see, you've got a really good front flipper for that Bic style front flip. You can also actually kind of do that finger roll over front flip right there, and it's a really nice, easy open front flip. Great action coming down below. You also have the reverse flick off that deploy hole, and you could thumb flick out of it as well. So nice detent, not too sharp, not too hard, really snappy as well. So yeah, if it's the front flipper or the not being ambidextrous is a deal breaker for you, then this probably isn't the knife for you. But if you can overlook, if you're a lefty and you can overlook not being able to carry this in your left pocket, this is an absolutely fantastic knife. You have chamfered edges almost all the way around on both sides, and it makes a really nice contouring effect to the knife when you hold it in hand. The ergos are already really good. You have a much larger indexing spot where, depending upon the size of your fingers, you could actually fit 2 in, or 1 on the flat and then 1 in. But I can fit 2 in on the right here and then get my thumb right through there. It's a really good indexing spot, really good for slicing, great action through that as well. And I really like that about it. I do really actually love this clip, which is weird because I usually don't like bent over clips like this, or not bent over, steel stamped clips. It's not a steel clip, it's a titanium clip, but it is still a stamped clip, and I usually don't like them. But something about the aesthetics of this knife right here with that clip, I very much enjoy. So I like deep carry, and I don't think you're going to be able to deep carry this with any sort of aftermarket clip because of the way that the clip is attached here. It's kind of a unique way. You have a 2-piece kind of female-male screw that goes through one and then has that titanium stamped clip on there right there. So you'd have to be able to manufacture your own if you wanted to. I don't think there's really going to be some aftermarket ones that are going to fit that. You don't need to, though, because I think it fits really well in pocket. It's a very well-designed titanium clip, and I love the fact that it matches, the titanium matches all the accented pieces through it as well. So it's a really, really nice clip. You have a really nice titanium backspacer that doubles as a lanyard hole right there. You've got an absolutely centered knife as it comes through here. And then we talked a little bit about the jimping for the top flipper right there, but there you can see you've got an ample amount of jimping through here. It actually fits really well. It's not uncomfortable. It's not sharp. It doesn't roll over the top, but you don't need it to because you're pushing up. You're pushing up with that knife, not over or back as much with the design of this one. So you just kind of push up with that one, and it feels fantastic. Rolling that over, same thing. You kind of go up with your finger, and it opens up like that. So you don't necessarily need it to roll over the backside for it to open on that side, and it feels really good regardless. So yeah, this is the Kubey Viejo. There will be some links below. If they are Amazon links, they support our channel, and we greatly appreciate the support. If they're not Amazon links, they're just for your edification. Learn a little bit more about the knife. Pick one up if you want it. This thing is absolutely fantastic. It's a banger for $150. Like I said, personal preference, $125 is probably where I would be with this knife. But the good news is, if you don't mind black wash, you can get a $125 black wash version of the Kubey Viejo right there for yourself. So until next time, I've got nothing left for you. TTFN.